I did want to say, Ethan said something about living on the side of a mountain doing our horror podcast, which is true and funny. And what makes it even funnier is that there's not a single light near your house. It's pitch black at night. It's crazy.
I am truly, I live in a like one horse town, and I live on the edge of my one horse town. I am like right out there up a hill. Fun fact, we can't get garbage service here. Oh. I have to drive my garbage to get thrown away. So yeah, I leave this very spooky thing, and then sometimes I have to go outside late at night and drive my garbage to where you dump it.
So the Bible has been taken by Jessica. We made a joke that, of course, she takes her Bible everywhere. She's a good Christian girl.
Nice, nice.
And they are about to embark to the sheriff's office, I believe.
Yes, unless anyone has opposing idea.
I'm just not feeling so good. You got one of you drive, but drive carefully, please.
Unless I look like you were all right, Jessica. You want to keep on driving?
Sure. For the last time probably in my life, since I'm holding a cursed Bible and the devil's here, so I don't know.
The devil's here?
There's a Bible. It's hot. I thought I had homework to do, and it's just like
extra credit time.
It's gonna have to wait.
I guess with the president gone, they might not start up school tomorrow either.
You know, there'd be nobody to say not to start up school tomorrow.
I do want to say I was never more certain of anything than I was certain that Connor was about to shoot him in the head about 40 minutes ago. When he said,
"What are you gonna do?"
You said, "What are you gonna do?" And I went, I was like, I think I know what's about to happen.
The thought crossed my mind.
In the TV show, it would be, oh, pot. It's like crazy. I was relieved because we still have some info to get out of him, but oh my goodness gracious.
The thought crossed my mind, and I was like, Connor's not that bad.
So I imagine at the same time Thomas and the sheriff are starting. Thomas is like stitched up. He's still kind of woozy from hitting his head and losing blood. He's got a little apple juice or something and is like limping on a crutch from the hospital, heading out towards the vehicle, because I'm assuming, for the sake of everything, he'll go, just take me to the sheriff's office that I can get out of here. I can't afford to be here any longer. And it's 1991, so he takes out $40 to pay for his hospital service. And we gets in the sheriff's car and we start driving off that way in the hopes that from there maybe he can get to his truck or something.
Yeah, roll me plus sharp as you jump into the passenger seat of the sheriff's vehicle.
Absolutely. Huge. 4 + 4 + 2, 10.
I think that Thomas, given his history, makes a small habit out of something. And that is every time he gets into his car, fearing the men in black, looks into the back seat. Thomas, you get into the car and you look in the back seat. And for a second you go, great, nobody's there. And then you go,
nobody's there.
Nobody's there. And the body that was in the back of this car,
Thomas opens the door. The sheriff is, I assume, like still walking around the car, and he goes, the body's gone.
What? He goes over and he looks in. He's like, fuck, what?
The girl's gone. He reaches over and will, give me the keys, grabs the keys, runs around the car, puts them in the trunk, and pops the trunk.
You pop the trunk, open it up, and the body of the mayor is still there.
Son of a bitch. He'll look up, look at the mayor, look back and go, they didn't take the other one though. So trying to think of a lie on the fly. He goes, we should have left this in the hospital. He's looking down at the dead body in the trunk. We could have given this to them. What do we? He looks around. He looks at the front of the hospital. Are there cameras?
There are. There are 2 cameras pointing out at the
Where'd you park the car? Did you park up front here?
It's up front.
Shit, I see cameras. And Thomas will run back inside the hospital. Hopefully the sheriff left a note on the door or something.
The sheriff gets into his vehicle and he makes a call out on the CB and he says, "Be advised, any operators in the area. I want it to be clear that currently there's a missing person who's believed to be incredibly injured, if not dead. I think somebody might have taken them, so keep your eyes peeled. It's a young woman with kinky brown hair. She is young, about 18, 19 years of age. So if you see somebody with a dead body, or if you see a young injured woman wandering, please call out on the CB to this number." And everybody in Connor's van hears the call get made from the sheriff, because you have a CB radio in your utility vehicle.
As Thomas runs in through the front door of the hospital, he goes, "What? Where's your security? Somebody got a body got taken out of the sheriff's car. Do you have the? Where do they feed to?" And he's like at the reception desk, and he runs up and he's like, "Do they feed to a VCR somewhere?"
Yeah, right back. And she points, and there's like a back office off of that main thing. They all saw you come in here with the sheriff. They're not going to question anything you're saying right now. They point, and I assume you bust back there.
I forgot I'm just a guy. It's very lucky that they did that. I forgot I'm just a man. I push past and like open up the door into what I assume is just like a little security office. Is there like a security guard in the room, or is it just like a bank of VCRs plugged into CRTVs?
Just a bank of VCRs plugged into TVs, not an on-duty guard.
Thomas, ever the respectful chap, takes a blank VHS tape off the wall, pops out the one for today, puts a new one in, puts the other one into the TV so that they don't lose the rest of today.
What if another body gets stolen?
What if
today,
something else happens? Presses the power button and then presses rewind on the TV and goes back like, I don't know, an hour or two. Which means rewind, play, rewind, play. And having to look because it goes to static while it rewinds before he gets like the right time and then starts to do like double speed forwards.
You double speed forwards. You're like, okay, car pulls up. You hear the sheriff out a ways. The door's still open as he's calling out on the CB. You're fast forwarding, watching it pass by. Vehicle drives past. You lock on to see if it's going to stop. It passes by. A couple people enter in. Somebody with like a broken leg is entering into the urgent care at this point. They don't stop at the sheriff's vehicle. And then about 30 minutes into this hour-long rewind, you're halfway there. Nobody approaches the car. The door inside opens, and you see that young girl stand out of the vehicle, look left and right, and then walk down towards the main road.
On 2 legs or 4 legs?
2 legs.
Eject, takes the tape, puts it in the front of his jacket, and goes, "Okay, all right. It's definitely real case. Okay." Turns and walks out of the front, shuts the door, and goes, "I'm so sorry, I'm gonna have to just head out. It looks like somebody might have gotten in through the door," because he knows he has the only copy of the tape, so he can say whatever he wants. And walks out over to the sheriff's car. He's like, got his hand on it. And he comes around the corner and he goes, I saw something very strange just now, Sheriff. I would like to take the time to be, this is happening to me a lot lately. I would like to take the time to be careful and cautious with you, but I'm afraid that care and caution will have to give way to candid. I need you to drive me to the college right now.
You gotta roll persuasion.
I'm just gonna see how much I have to tell him. I'll tell him everything if I need to, even though he might not believe me. I have a move that's like, people believe you because you are so crazy. And I didn't take it. I should have.
They buy in.
Wow. I'm rolling very well, and I would like to stop so that I could get some experience. That's an 11. That is 6 + 4 + 1. I go, I will explain on the way. We have to leave now.
Yeah. All right, let's go. It's not like I got a lead on anything. Let's go. He opens the door for you, closes it, jumps in. He does that slide across the hood, and then goes into the driver's side, starts it, and it's only been about 45 seconds since that call was made. Connor, Charles, and Jessica, you hear the sheriff call out about an injured girl potentially being on the loose, maybe taken by somebody, maybe dead. And that calls through. You do know it's the sheriff. Connor, you recognize his voice. Do you call out on your CB radio, or do you let that stay?
You guys said you had seen someone running through the woods, right?
Yeah, we should probably report that. Do you know the sheriff? I've never talked to him.
I think that the 2 people who live here would certainly know of him. You're not friends with the sheriff, but you've seen him around.
Yeah, he probably does the like presentations at the college. He probably does the like and remember, like, you know.
Yeah, everybody knows the sheriff.
Especially because there's
So the
one.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Actually, that means every time somebody breaks a law on the college campus, the sheriff has to like trudge up to the door.
Exactly.
comes to like the track and field tournaments and stuff like that too.
All right. If you want to report to the sheriff, I guess this would be the best way at the moment.
All right.
Let him know that we have the suspect.
I guess I'll press the little button and be like,
Sheriff, you there? This is the sheriff speaking. Hey, we're at the college, I guess.
and did we hear that he was like at the hospital?
He didn't say a location. He just said call out if you have seen or heard
Alright.
anything.
All right.
We did see someone running through the woods about, was it west of the college? What was the direction they were heading?
They were heading northwest.
Northwest from away from the college. I tried to follow, but couldn't find who they were.
He responds and says,
How long ago? About an hour or so, I think.
he looks over at you, Thomas. He doesn't respond on the radio. He goes, what the hell?
I
Is
grab
that
it and go, Sheriff, you're never
girl?
going to believe this. These are the people that I was trying to get to. And I'll click the CV and go,
Hey, everybody, it's Thomas.
Oh.
I'm in the sheriff's car. Where are you? We're leaving from the college right now. I go the north of the. Are you by McDonald's?
Yeah, they're by McDonald's.
Yeah, we'll meet you there.
All right. See you soon.
it's
Hash
1991.
brown.
You have to meet at a location.
Yes, that's
so
true.
as
the sponsor.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we get the $2 million for the
That's
series.
McDonald's. We already plugged you. Come on.
Connor Connors is getting some fries and apple pie.
Fried as an apple pie. Very American. That only leaves Jessica. Jessica, are you a
A
McDonald's
Diet
person?
Coke.
Dang. Yeah, everybody else getting some food, just sipping on a Diet Coke.
Maybe some nuggies.
What a move, though. Honestly, could be the move. I would be intimidated if I
Diet
got
Coke.
McDonald's with a group and somebody went medium Diet Coke. I'd be like, "What's your life
Oh.
like? Like, what's the what are you up to the rest of your day?"
Should we play like good cop, bad cop, or whatever it is, Connors? Like get Brian some food or not, or keep him as he is?
We aren't getting him any food.
You're in the
Alright.
drive-through. He's like, come on. No, he doesn't say.
Give me a
Yeah,
McFlurry.
order him a black coffee.
Thomas will give the sheriff a very watered down, extremely thin version of what he knows. He will give him like a real gentle version of this where he's like, I was on my way to the library at the school and I ran into Charles. The two of us had become acquainted as friends lately, and they were talking about that other girl disappearing. And then I ran into you, and you had said you had found tire marks. So I went back to tell them, obviously, because I was worried at the school when we ran into poor Jessica Fitch, looking for another friend who'd gone missing. I think maybe the girl in the back seat. That's what I was doing, driving around in my truck. Jessica was nervous as anything, and so I figured I'd go around and try to find what I could. And that's when I stumbled upon you and all of that unfortunateness. So it's fortuitous that I managed to get a hold of them. That's why I wanted to head their way. Thomas is hugely relieved that he doesn't need to tell the sheriff that the supernatural is real on a random Thursday at 2 p.m. And so he gives him like this very light diet version. And he goes, and Connors has really been calling a lot of shots, acting very authoritatively. So I don't know. I had assumed that maybe he was some kind of, I'm a little bit of a journalist myself. I assumed maybe he was some kind of bigwig or other fella, because he was, man projects a certain amount of confidence when he asks you to help him in a situation. You kind of can't help but go along with it. So next thing I knew, I was driving all over town.
He leans back and he goes, the goddamn FBI. I bet you that Connor Connors, the FBI agent, they said,
What?
we
What do you mean? Not what
The
who could
office-
say.
the office was told there's going to be an FBI agent in town, which I thought was strange. But I wasn't going to look into it too deeply. Maybe they knew something was going to happen here. Maybe they were told a bit about some cult going on or something. They didn't warn us, but they brought in an agent. But yeah, we weren't told who it was. Could be him.
Some kooky bunch of college students thinking they can summon a witch by cutting people up, or maybe, I don't know, some old adults who got a little too into their cups, something like that, got into the LSD. I don't know. People do strange things. Playing too much Dungeons and Dragons drove them mad. As we sort of
That's my
continue
guess.
to drive.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Why
we've
wo-
got two. So maybe there's more, maybe there's not. And we cut over Charles
Uh,
Kevinson.
Oh, Connors, I guess, or Jessica, if you want to order maybe like 3 or so cups of ice, that might be good too. Keep things cool.
All right.
It's so hot. Your Diet Coke would melt in
Very
an
practical.
instant.
Very practical.
Yeah, Connor, you asked for 3 cups of ice, and you're like, how much are they going to cost? And they said, ice? And they just hand you the 3 cups of ice. This is 1991. They don't give a damn about ice or plastic or paper cups or they're handing out. They hand that over to you. And you park and you wait. You enjoy your meals and or Diet Cokes, as it were. And after about 10 minutes pass, Thomas, you pull up in the sheriff's vehicle. Everybody you see Thomas pull up, get out of the car, wincing, just wrecked.
In a,
So bad.
in a patient's outfit still.
Butt cheeks out.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, buddy. What hit you? Did a car hit you?
No, I went to the town hall and the mayor tried to stab me to death with a knife made out of obsidian. It was a whole thing.
But I
Oh,
will
we found
say
one too.
somebody was hit by a car, so very close.
That's extremely
Oh.
close. The sheriff did hit the mayor with his car and kill him. He's in the trunk. Oh, how's your thing? I look and I go, is that fucking Brian Pierce?
Still
He's
alive.
like looking through glass inside the van at all of you, handcuffs on.
I'll
Weird that you
Thomas,
mentioned obsidian knife.
Thomas
he had
holds
one
up-
too.
holds the obsidian knife up to Brian in the window and gives him the bird.
I got that from Walmart.
He
He's
was
not
hoping
being
that maybe he could
cooperative.
signal that he has a different one than the other ones have. And then he goes, so, the number one, did you guys get me anything? Or do I have to go in and
Another hash
order?
brown here if you want.
I'd take it.
We got you
There's that.
ice.
You guys just get the full download. I don't feel like repeating it for the audience doesn't need to hear it for the 9th time. I just give the full download, every detail that I can remember, what happened, the frothing at the mouth, all of it.
Well, maybe with the temperatures rising, we should put this guy on ice. At least, like, literally with ice. Maybe that'll kind of keep his head cool and maybe he'll spill some bead.
You want to kill him?
No, just like put the ice on him.
Okay, so he was chasing a girl. That's
Yeah.
bad.
That is bad.
That's not enough to charge him with accessory to murder or anything.
Oh,
We need
no,
more than
no.
that.
Don't worry about that.
He did try to stab us with a knife too, the obsidian one. Same type of weapon, I guess, that you got stabbed with, Thomas.
Yeah.
I assure the sheriff, here, come to the van. I'm gonna show him the tape recording the bug that I got him.
Yeah, you play it
The
back. on,
phone
like,
call.
I want to
please
start
back.
putting ice on Brian Pierce from one of the cups.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Uh,
I'm glad you got a recording of this because we heard it, but this wasn't.
I was
it
in the
our
mayor's
word.
office when he called.
Hmm.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
It was
So,
wild.
all right. Yeah, we can book them, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to get the DA to get charges to stick. We've got a knife that is similar to the knife we found at an actual crime scene. We have him supposedly chasing after a girl. We got to look at some security footage to see if that's gonna be provable. We have him admitting to knowing something was going on, so that's accessory to murder. I think we
He's-
could probably get him on that.
Yeah, he did say that like socialites themselves are involved in this too.
Actually, they did describe it as an explicit operation between the two of them, so it is probably conspiracy at least. Hey, Bri, I lean my head in the window and go, so the guy who you called all afraid of, I got great news. You got nothing to be afraid of. He's dead in the trunk. We hit him with the car. So if there was anything keeping you from just being fully open and honest, you have yet to commit a particularly substantial crime. I am sure the officer, as you just heard, the DA might not be sort of confident in the continuing, but if you continue to be an accessory and accomplice and conspirator / confederate to murder, then that will continue to compound. However, if you begin to become a cooperative, unfortunate, a tag-along witness, you may yet have a chance to sort of limp out of this thing, leaving a normal... And Thomas is going to make some assumptions and try to make a little bit of meaningful eye contact and go, and live a normal, average life, finish out the clock like normal, instead of doing it in a cell somewhere. Might not be a bad way to spend it, but as things are, it's time to fold, buddy. It's time to fold. You don't have a hand anymore. I look around. All right, it's just me. It's just-
I stand there with like all the ice, kind of like trying to menace him, I guess.
what is going on with I look over at Connor. What's up with the ice? What's the ice?
If they're connected to the heat in town, maybe cooling them down will be something that they'll be averse to.
The sheriff says, "What?"
Don't worry about it.
It seems like he's been more comfortable with the heat in town, perhaps, I think.
I think Charles is having trouble with the heat. I just make eye contact with Brian Pierce. I can roll plus charm. I don't know. I'm only rocking a +1, but I guess I've got my odds here. I can't think of anything other than manipulate someone. I guess my only question is he back foot enough that I get a +1, or is this just a straight roll still?
Straight roll.
That's the cool thing about seemingly being immortal or living a very long time. You're like, I'll figure my way out. You're like, it's a 5. It's a 3 + 1 + 1. It's a 5. Mark experience. Thomas might pass out.
Did the mayor happen to finish what he was up to?
You could take this moment, give me a teaspoon of transparency, and buy yourself a cup of grace. And that is a good conversion rate on that. I'll tell you what, I don't know. I didn't count while he was stabbing. I don't know if when he stabbed me it counted, but the woman he stabbed was dead. She got up and walked away. What does that mean?
He closes his eyes and a smile brightens his face. He says, "Thank God. Thank the Lord." All right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
All right. So what?
I'm
so
happy
what?
to talk.
All right. So what? You keep something worse at bay by committing a terrible act every once in a while.
No.
I've read a lot of these. I've seen a lot of these. We're figuring this out, but it's easy to figure out. We do it together. I'd look back at the sheriff and give him a pause. And
our attempt is to free the worst, so the best can emerge.
Yeah, it's a cult. I look at the sheriff. It's a cult thing for sure. Feel like do you guys know the King of the Hill thing where he's like, "Is this the cult?"
Yeah.
Well, this is a community dedicated. It's the cult.
It's the
And
cult.
turns the car off. Yeah. He was really hoping that this was a thing where they were like pilgrims or whatever that were like, we need to live forever so that we can keep the devil locked. But no, they're just crazy.
This is just like Left Behind, the Raptor. They're trying to bring about the Raptor.
Go ahead and Google Left Behind. When was that released?
Yeah. Okay. So you
91.
trying to free the worst so that the best can prosper. Are you trying to burn things down so that new growth can take seed in the land? All that jazz?
Yeah, essentially. And the good news is, with the task being completed and her getting up after the incident and walking away, that means our part's done. So I'm happy to talk. I'll blab all day long.
Great. What's the next part?
Next part is whatever we brought is going to start laying some seeds, sowing them, and then reaping.
So the one that went walking is the snake then in the said grass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really mixed your metaphor on that one. All
It's
right.
1995.
It's based on this.
Like if you cry every time. Okay. I don't suppose you're willing to just tell me what it is you're trying to bring? Does it have something to do with the witch? Something to do with the cabin?
Yes, in a sort of general sense, the witch is sort of
I look over at Jessica. There's a witch in a cabin. It's a whole thing.
This town is built with some dark magics sort of confluenced about it. The witch was sort of what kicked that all off. So this town works well because of that, as a hosting site for dark magic and evil. We have summoned forth a demon from hell who is going to...
Why name of any? Okay. Continue.
The point is essentially to begin the rapture. That's all.
This is just like Left Behind.
This is
in
why
4 years.
This is why the keeper mentioned the local parish when he introduced the adventure. He throws his drink on the ground. All right. Okay. All right. So, all right. Got to kick off the end times. That's great. I look over. I go, all right. The needle has moved somewhat, friends, and I'll just sort of push Brian back into the van. Does anybody have any more questions for this freak?
I'm just gonna toss all that ice on him and just leave that be.
Yeah, I'd like to know where the hell he got that idea. Like, who told him that? Why?
Who told me about the
Answer
rapture?
her or we'll get another cup of ice. Who said you could do it this way?
We had been given a sort of ancient book that had some details that had been omitted from
The Bible?
yeah, an ancient version of the Bible.
An ancient book, the Bible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So got a
Well,
copy of the
Lord
book that's
Jesus.
still.
Oh,
I've got a Bible too. I don't bring about the end times. That's really funny that you say.
your book has omitted many, many details.
All right, so y'all got a Bible with the Book of Cain or whatever it is in it, and flipping through found your nefariousness. All right. Are you a Methodist or a Baptist?
Baptist.
All right, he shuts the doors and goes, Baptist church it is. Starts swinging around to the front. He goes, okay. He looks at the sheriff. What does the sheriff do it?
The sheriff he's taken in the fact that he's admitted to taking part in this, and that's an easy conviction, but is also like gobsmacked. You turn after closing the door, he said, what the fuck was he talking about?
So it seems like, and I will sort of like pivot and turn as I talk to the sheriff so that he is not facing everybody else, and I'll go, so it would seem that the mayor and him were members of some kind of weird cult, thinking that they can bring about the end times, killing people so that they can do nefarious whatnot. I'm trying to think, is there like, oh gosh, I don't know if like, has Waco happened yet? When was Waco, Texas?
I think Waco already happened.
That would be huge if I could just hit him with that.
1993, so not yet. It's a couple years later.
There's a lot of murmurings on chat groups of strange behaviors like this. It sounds to me, Sheriff, like you got yourself a genuine, not televangelist, but fanatic cult of some kind or other. I don't know. I was worried it might be something supernatural, and I make very wide eye contact with everybody behind the sheriff, and I go, some strange happening where this local Bible may actually be connected to some long gone mystery that's half being discovered. But it sounds like it might just be some crazy people, which is, so that's, I suppose, can you call the National Guard? What is sort of the top of your belt, Sheriff?
He says, I do need to make some call. And then he looks at the group here, and he sees Connor Connors, and he goes, are you in the FBI?
I smile and flash my badge.
Thank Christ.
We told you about that we were gonna have an agent here.
Yeah, that's great news. I'm happy to help you out, Agent. We gotta figure out what the hell's going on here. Thank God it's not just me.
I need to be extremely, perfectly, crystalline clear with you all. That woman was dead. We offered for them to take a look at her, and the people at the hospital just straight up said no. Said nope. Like, she was dead as disco. And she got up out of the car. And I will take the tape that is in the front of my jacket and just like flash it a little bit to everybody and put it back and go, on tape. She gets up, covered in blood and whatnot, and leaves. So, I would love for us all to spend a lot of time talking about whether or not we believe in whatever is going on here. But whatever it is real as those fucking arches. And I point up because McDonald's is one of the sponsors for the TV series we're gonna make.
We're gonna make $1 billion.
So, as much as it's strange, and he looks at Connor for this, as much as it's strange, as much as it sounds like foolishness, maybe it's a germ on a virus on the blade or whatever, I don't know. It works enough to make a dead girl get out of the backseat of a car and go for a walk. So we're gonna have to take the threats of magic from the strange man in the back of the van awfully serious, because, listen, I don't know if it's some kind of Russian nanomites or whatever, but it's real enough to animate a body.
All right. Once we get him out of the car, I'd love to see the tape. We can play it in there.
Maybe.
What are we doing with it? What are we doing with it? We can't.
Should the sheriff take him back to the station?
Yeah.
How do we?
Yeah, I can't really arrest him here.
Are we gonna end up killing people? Listen. I'm not trying. To what extent can we? I look at Connor. I like. Can we? You're allowed to visit violence on the members of the United States who break federal laws as long as it crosses the state boundaries. So, hopefully, one of these girls is from out of state. But what are we gonna do when we get there? I know that a few moments ago I made some bold statements about going to a nearby parish, but it occurs to me now that What in the hell are we gonna do? I have a flashlight, and I hold up my flashlight. And I'm like, he had an obsidian dagger, and there's 3 gun stores in town. We have to think about this at least a little.
So, self-defense is always okay.
Okay, good. Great to know.
Just try to refrain from murder. As an FBI agent, I can't condone mass sprees of murder.
No,
But
for sure.
And if something's already dead, it's okay if you kill something that's dead, I assume.
You
Kind
know,
of like instead of
I was
sorry,
just gonna
I
say
guess-
that's a good as hell point. If you shoot a dead body that's walking around, it's not like they're gonna get mad again. Is that what double jeopardy is?
kind of desecrating the corpse to an extent, maybe, but self-defense against the corpse, I guess, is okay.
Oh,
As far as crossing state lines, at least it seems like crossing the state of like life and death here too. I'm not sure if that exactly falls into the jurisdiction well enough, but it's new territory to an extent, perhaps.
After you say that, the sheriff pipes up from around the bend. He says, "I think that I might have to take the old president here to jail. If you'll let him out of the back, I'll take him in the car and get out of here. You guys are all right?"
Sounds good. I guess if you hear of anyone spotting Taylor Finney's, then give us a ring on the radio.
Yeah. I'll keep the line open. I'll get it here on my my chest radio, or I'll hear it in the car. So I need to look into some stuff. He points at you, Connor. Says, "I'm gonna be calling you because we need to get to the bottom of what's going on here. We know that there's at least these 2 that are involved in whatever this cult is doing. We need to figure out who else. But for right now, I need to get him booked. So I'm gonna get him out of here so he's not a player. You know."
I think it's worth noticing. Is there some kind of local city? Not whoops. Dungeons and Dragons almost said
Neighborhood
City Watch,
City
Neighborhood
Watch.
Watch. Like,
Yeah.
well, so because like we're all. Listen, she escaped from an obsidian knife wielding president of a college, and that is terrific. That woman is alone in the woods in the middle of Mississippi. There are a variety of venomous snakes that may become a problem soon. If there is some organization, we have, and I look to my friends here, I think we have other fish to fry. And Sheriff, I know that you are a busy man and need to stay by the phones. Is there some group or locality in town that can take some portion of that on? I mean, do you have a Boy Scouts locally?
Yeah, we have a neighborhood watch. So I could probably call that in. It's not all the neighborhoods, so
12 people with flashlights will be enough to do it, but I just don't want her out in the woods for God knows how long listen, 2 men talking about the crimes they do don't talk about themselves as being an organization helping the well-heeled of the town to succeed. I assume there are a couple of other factors going on here, and we're going to have to deal with those people. I mean, I hope in long order, but I'm guessing short order is how it's going to go.
yeah, I'll call the Shady Grove Neighborhood Watch. I'll see if I can get some people out there.
That's an incredibly good horror movie name. That's solid.
Isn't that from something? Isn't that like some
It's gotta be the Shady Grove
isn't that
Neighborhood Watch.
Invincible or something like
That's-
the
I actually don't know.
Shady Brook?
I made it up in my head, but it's definitely
Shady
something.
Brook? Yeah,
Shady
maybe
Brook, Shady Grove, something. So that's Thomas's bit of evangelizing. I'm actually okay because I was seen to by a professional doctor, and Thomas is like pretty well bandaged up. He winces a little if he moves too fast, but I'm down to 1 point of harm. Is anybody here like need sleep, or are we ready to like? Is anybody here like really injured? Does anybody here need us to cut away for a time skip so that they can heal a couple of harm, or are we doing good?
You're the only one who was really hurt, I think, in our kerfuffles.
I couldn't remember. We're a couple episodes deep at this point, so.
There was a couple like 1 points of injuries here and there, but I'm pretty sure you're the only one who got messed up.
All right. Well, let's get the sheriff his man, and then we can talk about what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, you walk over, and as you walk to the van, the sheriff walks in step and he says, "Look, I'm not gonna stop whatever you guys are doing because it's gonna be useful, I'm sure, with the FBI on the side, but please keep me informed. I kind of got to know what's going on, and beyond that, I'd probably be able to help out. So whatever's happening, whatever you guys are up to, just let me know."
Because we might not always have a phone, do you have a receiver at the station? And I like a radio?
Yeah. I got a receiver there.
What's
or
the
receiver
and
there.
we'll take down the frequency for like the station receivers that we can just call in directly without needing to constantly be looking for a phone.
Yeah, I'll keep all my lines open to there. He gives you like the police frequency, and he hands you each like from the back of his car. He runs over. He grabs a couple of like short band frequency talkies, and he says, "There, just in case, use those. I should be able to pick it up in the station from my car, and you guys will be able to pick each other up if you're within a couple miles.
Okay, I was gonna ask what the distance on those were.
You got a fair distance,
The size of the town, city.
about half the size, long ways like a quarter size, side to side.
Oh,
You might need to pop up.
Mm.
All right, not bad. All right, we won't listen. I mean, if anything needs to turn to the long arm of the law, I will leave that in the duty of Connor's FBI. I won't be taking that on myself for certain. And I'm sure the same goes for my two compatriots here. And I give a little, like, I don't know, shrug to them as I say it. Can I peek through the window before we open the door? He's not like sitting there with a piece of sharpened metal or something, is he? Like,
Yeah, you don't need to roll for it. You look in, and he's sitting there, but he doesn't have the piece of metal. For a second, that image in your head, you're like, oh, but no, he's just sitting there. The sheriff goes to open the door, and he like nods at Connor. He says, cover me for a second.
yeah, gotcha. I have my 99 millimeter. Or not, 99 millimeter.
99. It's a cannon.
Yeah, my 9 millimeter.
a Civil War cannon wheels around.
Don't move.
He loads some forks into a blunderbuss and comes around the
I'm
corner.
gonna blow you to kingdom come. No, he opens the door while you have the firearm raised. And the president slowly stands up at the order of the sheriff. He steps out. The sheriff grabs him, grabs his hand behind and has a hand on his shoulder and is walking him to the car. He opens it, shoves him in, slams the door shut. He gives you all a wave and he says, remember, give me a call if you need anything. I'll do the same. And then he gets in.
Do you need to listen to the tape that we got of him? I know you heard it. I can give you the tape.
Yeah, I'll take the tape.
Yeah, I take whatever the recording and clip it and give it to him.
There you go. All right. I don't know how tape recording works. And he
You
takes
take it. It's 91. You take a reel and like roll it all the way onto the reel and hand it to him.
Perfect. He takes that. He does
Keep
get
it
in the
up.
car. He starts it up and he flicks the sirens on and
Keep it away
Burns
from
out of the
bridge
McDonald's parking lot.
magnets. Oh, I hope you heard me.
All
right,
I
where are you
would
guys
like
going
to
now?
be sipping my Diet Coke and also like casually reading through the scary Bible. Probably should have given this to them, huh?
now this is
No,
the
we're
first time you guys.
I want the psychic to have the big scary Bible. Thank you very much. That's Jess all day. You're the one talking to witches.
Here's the question: have you opened this Bible yet, or did you just see that it was a Bible? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. You look.
Small
the Holy Bible.
addendum question. Is it like a Bible or is it like, because like family Bibles are like huge.
It's
Okay.
huge.
And does it look like it's made out of human flesh?
There you go. That's the classic. Human skin Bible?
So
Yes,
this
no?
Bible would fit in a backpack. It wouldn't fit in a purse.
Huge.
So that's the answer. Roll plus sharp just to get a vibe on this,
Was sharp.
because the reality is, it looks like leather.
All right.
That's for sure.
That is a 7.
A 7. It is. You can't rule out that this could be human flesh.
All right.
It's tanned leather, and that could be from any animal, really.
Got
Any
it.
mammal animal. So you look at it kind of sideways, and you're like, I'm pretty sure, but you're not positive. You have to get it tested to really know,
Mm.
or find like a mole on it and be like,
I was gonna say there's a fingernail on that.
Stop it.
Flipping through this? Oh, come on.
yeah. Do you say out loud like, is that made out of human skin, or are you just looking at it while Jessica?
I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, Jessica, you see Connor staring at the book a little too long. You open up to the first page. It's like stained in this like old wear style. You open to the next page. The next page, you get past some of the attributions. And as you get into the actual content of this Bible, it is all in Latin. It's 100% Latin.
Heck yeah! I took this in high school.
Honestly, I was about to say, we're like pretty deep South Bible belts. One of us probably went to Catholic school.
Like, I definitely
Like,
went to Catholic school. Absolutely, I did.
Somebody in this
And
room might know Latin.
What you learned in Catholic school was enough to like hit the usual songs.
What I learned in Catholic school is what I learned in Catholic school is.
But what you didn't learn in Catholic school was full-on Latin terminology and verse to be like, yeah, I can read this. So it will take a little bit of doing or magic. Can't rule that out in Monster of the Week to read this book, but you can't full-on translate it. You roll me a sharp as well.
Pages.
They're weirdly slick to the touch.
Stop it!
Ew.
You're getting nasty this season in a way that we did not in Theros.
It's Monster of the Week. Come on, it's got to be weird and creepy and gross.
I rolled an 8.
On an 8, this book not only is it incredibly large compared to a typical Bible, like scale-wise, but it is extra thick. There are sections in here you flip through, and the things you can see are like additional psalms that you don't recognize off the top of your head. There's extra sections, maybe a couple of extra books within this Bible. It is very, very long. So that is something that jumps out at you without even being able to read the content.
Well, yeah, because I guess it would really, because you could look for revelations and you could like map out some of the books and start to know where differences and stuff comes where there's like too many, because you can count lines.
Mm-hmm. You're like, that's not right. So you do that as you flip through. You're like, this is way too long.
I mean,
this doesn't add up.
A bookstore or the school, I mean, we might need a few of them, but a sufficiently well-written Latin to English resource and some time, a couple of hours, will let, if we can find the parts that are new, maybe get some little bits of information. What else are we all thinking? Got this.
I think Sarah J. Maas wrote this book. I don't know. Sarah J. Maas wrote this
Sarah J.
Bible.
Maas definitely didn't start publishing.
J.R.R. Tolkien wrote this Bible.
you
I
go,
think Sarah J.
JR.
Maas might be 10 years old.
Child prodigy.
Well, I guess we've got some sort of undead out there, as well as the lost cheerleader to pursue too.
Yeah, there's the undead. There's
Okay.
the lost cheerleader.
So let's get our facts straight here, because we need to take a measured approach or we're going to walk in circles. So there is a local witch in the town's myth and folklore who has seen and frequently spoken of as an ill tiding. The presence of that witch is seen as bad luck. Now, we also know that the elite and educators of this town are in a nefarious super cult trying to bring the devil back for gain. So, perhaps those rumors are ill-founded, right? They are assumably put forth and reiterated by a group of people that were also members of a secret shadow church that worships the devil a little. So I think there is definitely some doubt on the authenticity of those stories, right? There's some issue there, friction-wise. What were you about to say, Charles?
Oh, well, like they sort of worship the devil, but like I think what he had said is like they're trying to bring the devil thing back so that then their agent will be released to stop it, right?
I was more referring generally to the deeply and profoundly negative nature of the thing that they do. I do not recall him saying that they were. I thought it was, we are conjuring forth the devil so that it will kickstart the apocalypse and bring about the end times. I do not recall them saying that they were going to summon some sort of celestial helper. Did that happen? Did I miss that?
I thought they said something about that, but it might have been just like the grander scheme as opposed to a specific entity.
I mean, there
They
will
were
be the blasting of Gabriel's horn at the end of times. That's a fact, right? But
I will clarify. So what he was saying was they're going to hasten the end times, and they're not going to summon anything to do the deed. It's prophesied that these things will happen. They just want to kick it off so everything that's prophesied to happen will happen. So they want to bring about the end times so the continuation of that prophecy will come to pass.
okay, wait a minute.
They're not going to influence it.
So I think we may need to consult our intimate knowledge as individuals of the Book of Revelations, because the dead walking is on that list, eh? So if that's what they were trying to do, right? If this ritual of stabbing 24 times is just a way to make the dead walk, well, then we should probably take a little look-see-do at the other ones. I think there's something about an eclipse. Hopefully Leviathan does not rise from the sea and boil the oceans. I don't know what the hell we're going to do about that. Hopefully that's like, I put the kettle on and dropped a goldfish in. Something kind of timid. Because I can't think of any way
I
to
mean,
handle
it do
that.
be hot, so.
Oh, son of a biscuit. All right. So
The camera pans out, like this is a nice wide shot, and you do see the Mississippi River just like outside the town's bounds. There is a large body of water.
All right, so
near town.
at some point we have to reevaluate that, because I don't think anybody in the call knows those off the top of their heads. I'm going to look it up. There's something about something running with blood and whatnot, but I'm going to have to consult my notes there a little bit. So there's this story of a witch. She brings ill tidings. These people who seem to be powerful may be behind that to some degree. So Jessica, the witch in your head may or may not be evil. We're going to have to establish that pretty lickety-split. We know there's a cabin in the woods somewhere that exists in Jessica's mind and hopefully also in reality. So we have Schrodinger's cabin, which is good to know, and that is obviously connected to the witch. The dead are walking in the form of this girl. We've got obsidian knives, which is super duper confusing. We could not be further from a volcano if we tried. So those are, I don't know, South American in origin? I have no idea where you would have gotten that in this area. So there is something strange going on there, but I don't know if it is so direct as that. What are our other central details? They are going after young women, right? We know that. This is young women seem to be the target thus far. Perhaps that is just because they were
high power.
Yes, these are a gang of high-powered individuals attempting to make the town more prosperous, is what he said to you all, going off your reporting. I don't know how the end times will make things more prosperous, but perhaps he was speaking in rhymes. Maybe he was, only half telling you the truth. He meant more prosperous, i.e., eternal life in the light of the Lord and whatnot. What else is there anything else that we know besides that? We know what church the man goes to, so that is some form of lead.
We could maybe check the history to see who was like supporting the mayor in his campaign.
Yes. William Flagg, our mayor of town, that's a
Weren't
big
we
one.
gonna check the lineage as well of the girls?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. The lineage. Okay. Well then, listen. If we need to translate some passages of a Latin Bible, and we need to interact with a normal Bible to see what the other signs of the end times are, and we need to check lineages, I think we are going to break into the school library, most likely. Which I like, because to be perfectly frank, if we're going to break into a church potentially home to an evil cult of devil summoners, I would like to do that after the sun has gone down. The chances of somebody being asleep will make me feel much comforted. Connor, do you only have one gun?
I have two. You can use one. You aren't allowed to use the
I
other.
think whoever's with you should use the other, because you don't.
Can I use the 99mm, please?
What I don't think you have is a giant backpack full of ammunition. So if you give it to one of us and we empty the clip, that's the beginning, middle, and end of that helpful tale.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You know, I have this, and I have my sniper rifle.
oh goodness gracious, golly gee willikers. Okay, so I think my talents would best be served at the library. That is what I am best at. I am not much of a ass kicker, as it were. Is there any other goals we've got going on, or are we converging on one location here?
If you guys are going to the library, I might be able to head back out into the woods to see if I can find where Emily has gone.
Yes, you do seem to have some real extrasensory talent for that, so that should be glorious. Maybe you can meet up with the neighborhood watch. I keep wanting to say night watch, fellas. I don't know how to tell you. I've been reading a lot of Terry Pratchett in these last few months, and it's 1991, so probably I'm probably reading Game of Thrones. It's stuck in my head. All right, I'm gonna head that way then, and Thomas is gonna grab his keys and hop in the truck and head to the library. I suppose we are going to form just something of a wagon party of people headed over that way. So Jessica skitches. She gets on her bicycle and just rides on the back.
So Thomas is going to the library. Charles, you're going to go to the woods to attempt to find the missing cheerleader. Connor and Jessica, where are you guys going to head?
I'm going to the library too to look up Latin and research the Bible and stuff.
I think I could just get us into the library pretty easy as janitor.
Yeah, you got the keys.
Yeah, a little less breaking in. So, yeah.
I mean, I could like swipe my student ID. I don't.
I don't think they have automatic doors yet.
What?
Surprisingly enough.
I think they're usually just like magnetic codes, though, right?
I
guess
don't know.
that's another thing.
Key cards are a well-aged technology, so it's.
I actually don't know when magnetic key cards
Guys,
changed out.
next time we do a Monster of the Week season, we need to do some of this research beforehand. We've been we on a regular basis. This just turns into a wait. When the hell did they come out with the MP3? Like,
Yeah. At least it says in 1975, Tor Sornes launched the first recodable card key lock. Although I'm not sure. I guess we'd have to know where they were like widely distributed. Perhaps. Oh wait, when did key cards become popular?
no.
1970s swipe cards.
The question is, when would a college have had the necessary means and will to set up 20,000 or whatever? Well, no, this is a small sort of local school to set up a good 600 or 700. So because wait a minute, what are we talking? We're not at NYU. There's a librarian with a set of keys who opens the door at the start of the day and sits at the desk in the front all day long. There's no way. There's not. Bright View College in the middle of a town of 1,000 people probably doesn't have that kind of funding kicking around. I just remembered that Charles doesn't even have an office. He's in the back of the utility shed, and we're like, I wonder if they have a state-of-the-art security system. Wait a second. I, player, have just looked up the 7 signs of the apocalypse and Revelations, and boy, howdy do these suck to be witness to. Oh my goodness, we need to get in front of this. So yeah, I guess as we so Connor would have keys either way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Great. So we see the party separating here. I think that we were in 2 vehicles, but it was because one of them was the sheriff's patrol car. So we are going to follow everyone in the van. Connors, I assume you will be driving the vehicle here.
Yeah.
You do have AV stuff set up here. So while you're driving, Thomas, you can put in the tape to play it for everybody so they can get a sense for what's going on with this risen.
Actually, if that's the case, then I'll give the tape to Connor and I'll drive the van so that Connor can watch with everybody else. I know where the school is. It's not that bad as long as there's not like a kill switch on your van so that somebody else wouldn't be able to drive it. I'll take a shift driving and I'll say, here, just watch the tape. And I'll give them the time marker. I assume it's written in Sharpie on my forearm. Probably. I'll be like, it's 1 hour, 10 minutes. And I'll start driving us over to school.
You take off. As always in Monster of the Week, the tires squeal as you rip out of the parking lot on your way. Connor, you get the AV equipment set up. Click, 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 plug it in, set it up to power, and push in the tape. And you watch the same thing that Thomas Puck saw. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.